Hello, one and all. Welcome to another episode of MMA Vision Analysis. This one, I'm here to talk about Shafqat Rakhmonov's recent comments when he talks about title shots and his opportunity for a title shot possibly in the near future. But before getting started, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, click that notification to get all of this that is new from this channel, your channel, the one and only MMA Vision Analysis. Ever since Belal Muhammad obtained that welterweight title, so many names have a voice now. And what I mean by that is that when Leon Edwards was the champion, you rarely heard about a welterweight fighter, aside from like Colby Covington, calling out the current champion. Obviously, Colby Covington has had his run-ins with the current or former welterweight champion Leon Edwards, but it was very rare that fighters actually called Leon Edwards out. I believe part of that was due to the fact that these guys were trying to prepare themselves for such matchup. We collectively said it immediately after Belal winning the fight, UFC against Leon Edwards, UFC 304, I believe. We said it immediately after the fight. We said that now that Belal is the champion, so many fighters are going to think that the road to that title or capturing that title is somehow an easier task now that Belal is the holder. I talked about this in previous videos. People conflict the personality with the fighter inside of the octagon. I do understand that Belal Muhammad perhaps is not the most intimidating figure, not with his speech. I would not go as far as saying that he's the most charismatic figure. He's not the type of guy that's going to win the fight before the fight's even started in terms of psychological warfare, talking his opponent into submission, sort of say. Not that kind of fighter. But when you're in that octagon with Belal Muhammad, you can ask Gilbert Burns, you can ask the likes of former welterweight champion Leon Edwards. It's a different game. It's a relentless guy that does not get tired, sticks to the game plan, and the output is absolutely second to none. That's why I thought that the Colby Covington fight, even though a lot of people disagree, would be a fantastic matchup for Belal Muhammad, because those two are similar stylistically. Output off the charts. I do understand that Colby Covington cannot be necessarily mentioned in title shots at this point, especially taking into consideration that he fell to champion of the division multiple times. Colby Covington had his run-ins with champions of the division, whether it be Kamaru Usman or Leon Edwards. Nonetheless, I still look at Colby Covington as a top fighter in that welterweight division. Takes nothing away from him that he lost to a Leon Edwards or Kamaru Usman. That being said, there's still the possibility of Colby 2-3 fights down the line if Belal is still the holder. But we have a guy in the name of Shafqat Rakhmonov who's undefeated, I want to say. Shafqat is. A lot of people mention Shafqat, and a lot of people say that Shafqat is the guy that will give Belal Muhammad run for his money. Matter of fact, some people think that this is the guy that's going to rip that title off Belal's shoulders. I would like to slow down at these statements for a bit. All respect to Shafqat Rakhmonov here, the undefeated fighter. If I'm not mistaken, Shafqat is undefeated. It's like 18-0 or something. Last time around, Shafqat Rakhmonov was in there against a Wonderboy Thompson, I want to say. And he submitted Thompson. With all respect to Thompson here, but the level gap between a Wonderboy and Belal Muhammad, the top of that division, is a huge gap. Okay? I don't look at fighters that necessarily beat fighters the likes of, let's say, Wonderboy Thompson to be mentioned in the same category as a Belal Muhammad. Wonderboy and Belal there's a huge gap right there. And I do understand the confidence that's coming from Shafqat's team. He's wrestling heavy as well. I believe last 3 wins for Shafqat have been submission wins. That being said, I don't necessarily look at Shafqat Rakhmonov and say, oh, this is going to be the guy that gives Belal a run for his money. If I'm not mistaken, Leon Edwards is due for an immediate rematch against Belal Muhammad, unless there are injuries that arise or something to that extent. But I would imagine that Leon Edwards is next. I do understand that Kamaru Usman has also expressed his interest in fighting any Belal Muhammad. The Shafqat Rakhmonov is a very feasible option as well. But what we have to consider here is that you can't jump from Wonderboy Thompson to the champion of the division. That just does not add up, if that makes any sense. I believe Shafqat has 2-3 fights before he can get to a title shot. Realistically, the wrestling heavy fighter obviously will meet another wrestling heavy fighter, and this would actually make for a fascinating matchup, in all honesty. But I just don't think that your win against let's say a Wonderboy Thompson is somehow indicative of your high level, because with all respect to, I believe, a 40-year-old Wonderboy Thompson, but the level, the gap between a Wonderboy Thompson and Belal Muhammad is a vast one, and I think Shafqat Rakhmonov will come to find that out the hard way. Not to say that he does not have a chance in beating Belal. That is not what I'm saying. It's all equal before that bell rings, but this is just another example of fighters underestimating Belal. Personal opinion. It seems like an easier fight than what it actually is. Once again, I think Belal is being underestimated. If you made it this far, appreciate you for sticking around. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Like, subscribe for more.